everybody loves cats, dogs, birds, pigs, any kind of animal. But do you actually know where they come from? They come from pet stores, the internet, the people down the road. But do you actually know what they do with the animals other than breed them? Puppy mills, they do not have specific interests in the animal themselves. Puppy mills, they tend to do whatever they can to make profits off these animals. They have no interest whatsoever in the health of these animals. For example, the animals that are breeded at puppy mills, they tend to be in this small cage that only gives them 4 to 6 inches of room based on their length. When they are fed, they are only given about a half a bowl of a small portion, which is probably as much as you would feed a kid or a child. Water. They are only given water 3 times a week. So, along with these animals' health, they are starved, they are dehydrated, they are malnourished. The things that these animals face are unbearable for people to deal with. And a lot of people think, oh, well, it's just a cute animal. They don't think about what these animals have to go through just to be sold to a person because they are only being used for a profit. The health that these animals go through is horrific. Along with being tortured and starved and dehydration, they are beaten. They have no space in their cage whatsoever. Female animals, they are bred back to back to back. They do not have any time to help themselves. Once they bred 1 litter of puppies, about a week or 2 later, they breed them again. Or once the other litter of puppies are sold. So these owners or breeders, they have no respect for these animals whatsoever. They do not care about their health at all. I would like to show y'all a video that I had found that would show a lot of what these animals go through.
Because the goal at a puppy mill is to make a profit, mill owners must cut corners in order to keep expenses low and profits high. So staffing, quality of care and nourishment, veterinary attention, and human contact all tend to be minimal, and dogs are routinely overbred and inbred in order to maximize the investment. For the unsuspecting consumer, this frequently results in the purchase of a pet facing an array of immediate veterinary problems or harboring genetic diseases that surface down the line, well after the store's warranty or state lemon law is no longer applicable, provided the particular state has such a law. This creates a financial burden on the consumer and results in many of these animals being surrendered to our already overcrowded shelters. Approximately 1/4 of the dogs in shelters are purebred. This is not just a humane issue, but a consumer fraud issue, as customers assume the animals they are buying at such a high price are healthy and of the highest quality, when in fact this is rarely the case. So while the retailers may benefit from the practice of buying puppies at a low price from mostly out-of-state commercial dealers and then selling them at a high profit, typically without first spaying or neutering them, it is the tax-paying public that pays to house and often kill unwanted animals in the community.
As you can see, these animals, they live in a very small cage. These animals, they're inbred. And I don't know if you know the definition of inbred, but it usually means that the mother dog is bred with the brother or the father or, something like that. Most of these animals have no veterinary care whatsoever. They lie to the pet store saying that they have immunizations. But the problem is that these pet stores, they do not check to see if these animals have had their immunizations. All that they're worried about is the money that they will receive for these animals. And as you can see, these animals are being very high priced for problems that the owners would have to deal with later on anyway. which would mean that the owner would have to take the animals to the veterinary office to make sure that these animals get the need that they need. But the thing is that these animals are being tortured just for a money that won't last at long whatsoever. So who's really to blame? These animals, the people who sell them, or who buy them? The answer is the owner and the breeder themselves, because the owners have not done their research to make sure where these animals have come from, to make sure that they have got their immunizations that they need. It's the breeder's fault because they know exactly what is going on at these places. And yet, they still sell and breed these animals just to get the money that they need, or they won't. It's more of a won't, because they do this knowing that they don't have to. Why not just get an animal that is purebred instead of inbred and sell them at a worthy price? See, but the thing is that these animals, they have to suffer all their life just because somebody did not think about the animals first, just for a little bit of money. Think about how greedy that is. It's a very greedy thing, isn't it? It's very greedy. But this is like one of the most inhumane things ever for a person to do. Just for an animal to suffer and possibly have a short life because of being inbred and having so many genetic dysfunctions, and they're only living a short amount of time. But the families, they have to deal with this. The people who bought the dog or the cat or something like that, they have to deal with this. They only get to spend so much time with that animal that they bonded closely with just because somebody was greedy not to get the needs that that animal wanted.